believe this is the start of the video. Hopefully it's the start of the video. I have been piecing together a bunch of different clips throughout this day, just recapping and sharing some things with you when it comes to Sunday Paper House, which if you did not know, Sunday Paper House is the art business that I have created that came out from this series. And if you did not know anything about this series, this is, I believe, several parts into the series, but it started late last year where I shared that I wanted to focus on art more. I wanted to slow down. I wanted to slow the pace of my life down and embrace art more, my inner creative more, and actually acknowledge the fact that I am an artist and just the entire journey. And through that journey, I picked up The Artist's Way again. I picked this up last year, a little over a year ago, and I gave up on it at the time. And so I picked it up again in January when I really kickstarted this series, kickstarted the whole inner creative journey thing. And I have to report, I have finished The Artist's Way, and I have some thoughts to share with you. So first of all, I really do like The Artist's Way. I thoroughly enjoyed my experience with it. There were some parts of it that I did not like, but mostly I did enjoy my experience. The Artist's Way is a 12-week course, so every single week there is a bit of reading to do and there are activities to do. And then in addition to those weekly things that you do over the course of 12 weeks, you participate in 2 things on the regular in addition. So the first is morning pages. I've talked about morning pages so many times. That is my favorite piece from The Artist's Way. And then the artist date, which is essentially taking yourself out on a date every single week, once a week, and you just, have a good time. You play, you get creative, you do whatever it is that you want to do on this artist date, but it allows you to open up the space to have a little bit of play time, if that makes sense. And so overall, I liked all of the things. There were some chapters, aka weeks in here, that I didn't super resonate with. There are some areas in here that are quite privileged, and I talked about that in a previous Slowing Down with Art series video. Those were the sections that I didn't absolutely love, and some weeks had assignments that also did not resonate with me. For example, there were some weeks where she would ask you to do certain things, and I understood why she would tell you to do those certain things, because it was really like tough love kind of training for something bigger, and I already had figured that out, and so it didn't really resonate or hit with me when I needed to do those assignments. But I will say my favorite parts of The Artist's Way is the morning pages. The morning pages has absolutely transformed and changed my life, especially this year when I started the year off really low, unemployed, low-key kind of depressed because I didn't know what I was doing. I just was down in the dumps about everything. The morning pages really lifted me out of that and put me in a space that was super positive and creative, and it opened my mind up. It allowed me to put all the negative things down so that I can open my mind up to more positive, creative things. So it's my favorite thing of The Artist's Way. And I'll also say a lot of the writing prompts, all of the writing assignments in The Artist's Way are incredible. Like, they seem super silly when you're just reading them and you're starting them, but once you actually, dedicate some time to answering the prompts, a lot comes out. If you're an artist, and I'm sure a lot of you are if you're watching this series, a lot comes out. So I do overall love this. And I will also say the reading is another favorite thing of mine. And I feel like now that I've completed The Artist's Way, this is a book that I will have to come back to time and time again for the readings in particular. I had started this book off with a lot of sticky notes and highlights, and then I stopped doing that because I was just so engrossed by the reading. But now I feel like I need to go back and make those highlights and sticky notes so that later on I can just reference this almost like a dictionary, a resource, a literal resource where I flip through and I read through the pages and read through the reminders, read through the really important stories and lessons that she shares in here, and all of those things. So long story short, lots of good, positive things came out of the Artist's Way for me. I really did thoroughly enjoy it, and it really did shift my mindset into a space where, one, I can confidently say I am an artist out loud and to the public and not feel like I'm a liar or I'm like pretending. And two, it has opened up the space for me to embrace that as like a being, as a whole being, not just saying like, oh, I'm an artist, and then like I just go about my day and I'm not actually practicing and envisioning and embodying that of an artist. But now I actually can do that, and I do feel like I approach every day as an artist using the artist lens. And that was something that I've always wanted to do and something that I've always felt like I could do, but I never really was able to tap into it or shift my mindset in the proper way. And the Artist's Way has helped me do that. So really, really fantastic takeaways from the Artist's Way. If you were curious about trying it and you were unsure, I do recommend it, but you need to be in the right headspace. You need to be. Because this book it talks a lot about spirituality and your inner beliefs and really tapping into something deep in you, like to your core. And if you're not in the strongest headspace for that type of talk, for that type of lesson learning, you're going to think that this is ridiculous and you're just going to drop it and you're going to take a creative U-turn. So just be mindful of that. If you're in the right headspace and you feel like you're in the right headspace, or you have that desperation kind of feeling that like you need something to hold on to, that tells you that you're ready for the Artist's Way. And if you aren't ever ready for the Artist's Way, or if it just never vibes with you, I think that's totally fine. I don't think it's going to vibe with everyone, honestly, because of how spiritual and faithful based it is. I'm not religious, and it's not talking about religion at all. I'm just talking about faith and spirituality within you and how it connects to art. Anyway, that is the Artist's Way. I have this, and this is a hard copy, my very first hard copy of anything Sunday paper-wise. It is one of the 3 products that I'm going to be launching in the summer, and I wanted to start with something simple so that I could know like what I was getting into when it came to the manufacturer, like the quality of the paper, the accuracy of the colors and how it prints and all of that good stuff. And yeah, so this is the very first hard copy. I have looked at it like a million times already. I actually put this on display because I feel like this very first hard copy is symbolic of something. I don't know, like maybe a few years down the line, I'm going to look back at this and hold really big sentimental value to it. But I also did a like mini vlog, and I think it's on Instagram. I don't know if it's on TikTok. It might be on Instagram and TikTok, but I did like a mini day in the life kind of vlog, and I showed me reacting to the very first time of me looking at this. And in that video, I look upset. I look very upset, and it wasn't because I was upset. I actually think the hard copy is stunning and perfect and just confirmed that this was the manufacturer that I wanted to go with the entire time. But in that video, I was so sick to my stomach nervous that it was gonna turn out really bad. And then of course I was being super critical with like how intricate the colors came out. And so I just looked upset in that clip, but I promise you I was not upset. I was really happy. But I did want to just kind of like give you a sneak peek into like, maybe you can kind of guess what this product is supposed to be. Again, this is just a proof, but this is the paper. And just to give you some insight into the paper, I am using 100% cotton for all of the products, 100%. And that's really important for me because 100% cotton is a really high quality paper. It's a really nice, thick, like super thick paper. And I like the organic feel of cotton. And I use cotton for all of my paintings. So like all of the paintings that are going to be used for my products, they were all painted originally on cotton, 100% cotton paper. So it's kind of like symbolic all the way from the very beginning all the way to the conception of the actual product. And hopefully people notice that little tidbit because I intentionally did that. I am being so like mysterious with not showing you what's on the other side of this, but This is the paper, and this is like a cream cotton. It's a cream colored cotton. However, I do have some other products that are going to be like more white instead of cream. And speaking of more products, oh my gosh. Oh, this one's at me. I have 2 of the 3 products for this launch. I really want to open these, but I also don't want to like, the whole reason why I'm being mysterious and all of those things is because I want it to be a surprise. I want to kind of have a little lead up before I announce what this first launch is, because all of my launches or all of my product launches are going to be themed, and they're going to be themed around slow living. And so the very first one is very near, dear, special to me. And I just want to have a little build up. So I don't want to show you just yet. But you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to film my reaction to opening this with you right now. And also I need to grab my phone so that I can film it for TikTok and Instagram for those people that watch there. And if you haven't followed us just yet, we are on Instagram and TikTok at Sunday Paper House. Let's open this. I can't wait anymore. I can't wait. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's like a little logo in the back. There's something in the bottom here. Hold on. Oh, they wrote a card. Oh my gosh. So my manufacturer does Artist of the Month features, and this is their feature for the month. That is so cute. Wait, I'm actually obsessed with my manufacturer. Every single time I learn something new about them, I'm like, I'm so glad I picked you. Let's open up the large box now. This is exciting because this is actually the bands that are gonna go around the pieces, and I love it. I didn't actually get a hard proof of the packaging, so I am obsessed. I am obsessed. This is so exciting. You have no idea. I thought I would be like screaming or jumping around in circles, that kind of excitement, but it's more so like an internal, oh my gosh, I did it kind of excitement, and it's kind of slowly settling in. Gosh, like look at this. This is the very first product. And we have more packages coming. We have more products coming. So this is crazy. I have to text my business partner because I have to share this excitement with her. She's going to be thrilled. I've also introduced my business partner on Instagram. If you go to Sunday Paper House on Instagram, you'll see like we did like these cute little graphics where we introduce ourselves. So yes, my business partner is going to be thrilled. I cannot wait to show her this. Oh my gosh. Okay. I also don't know if I mentioned when I was unboxing all of the products that we have officially finished printing all of the products for our very first product drop. So production is officially complete, at least for the very first round of things, and we're getting all of our products in within the next couple of weeks or week and a half. So things are definitely feeling super, super real. I feel like things felt kind of sort of real before the production part, but now that we're actually receiving products, I'm like, wow, this is real. I can hold this in my hand. I actually, created this. And so it's a very exciting time. I wanted to share another little quick sneak peek with you. In case I didn't mention this before, I got a new iPad. I was low-key upset about it because I have had my previous iPad for about 9-10 years. And it worked completely fine until one day it just decided that it wasn't going to work completely fine. The battery just wasn't giving anymore, and it wasn't holding a charge. It would die in a matter of like less than a few hours, and the iPad is where I digitize all of my artwork. So I need it to be reliable, I need it to be working, and I don't have it completely like die out on me during a critical moment. So I don't know if I'm gonna sell the old one because it's like 9-10 years old. It's probably worth nothing. But I did get this one, and this is like an old iPad. This is not like any brand new iPad. I think it's from 2020 or 2022. It's older, but it's not as old as my 2015 one. And yeah, so this is the iPad. I got a new case for it too. I got like this nice dark chocolate brown, which I really like. And I didn't need to get a new Apple Pencil. I thought that I needed to get a new Apple Pencil, and I was almost going to be really upset about that, but I didn't have to. And again, I want to show you a little sneak peek into something because, one, I really want to and I'm really excited about it. And two, and please bear with me that the fact that this is going to be a really, really tiny sneak peek. But I'm really excited to share this one in particular because it's something that we hadn't thought of in our initial discussions about our first product line, but it fits the theme so perfectly that I had the itch to create it, and so I created it, and we both fell in love with it. So it just needed to be done. We had 3 initial products that we were going to be including in our product line, our initial product line, and we removed one and we replaced it with this one. So again, please bear with me. This is like the most basic and, I don't know, mysterious kind of reveal ever, but again, I'm trying to keep it that way for a reason. But this is kind of a little gist of it. Those lines there are hand painted watercolor lines that I did and, brought it into Procreate and digitized it. And there's other things that I am hiding, but maybe you can take a guess. Maybe you have an idea of what that could potentially be. Maybe you've already figured out what the first launch's theme is and you can piece it together. But I'm really, really excited about this one because I actually want to keep a set of it for myself, and I definitely think I'm going to do that and use it. And it'll probably show up in videos, honestly, because I truly am excited about it and truly am excited to use something like this. Okay, friends, I think I'm going to end the video off there because that is all of the updates that I can share with you right now. I know I'm going to get some questions about like whether or not I'm painting for the fun of it and painting as a hobby or indulging in art as a hobby, and I have. However, that has definitely not been like the majority of it these days. I have been trying really hard to focus on Sunday Paper House because we are just over a month away from launch, and so things are really kicking into high gear, if you will, and so I really want to ensure that I'm focusing in on that. But I will say I've been trying my best to think of creative, fun ways to show up on social media when it comes to Sunday Paper House, and doing like fun, creative day in the life vlogs or sharing some more behind the scenes things, or, just experimenting with photography and stuff when it comes to posting for Sunday Paper House in particular. At the end of the day, the business is an art business, and I want to showcase that as well, not just, the products 100% of the time. So if you are interested in seeing more stuff like that, again, we are on Instagram and TikTok at Sunday Paper House. But thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's video. Things have taken such a shift from just a few months ago, and I keep thinking about that every single time I do one of these videos or I sit down to do my morning pages. My mindset was just in a completely different space. My lifestyle was in a completely different space, and now things are moving so quickly, and I'm trying to do my best to be present and slow down in the midst of it all, because while things are moving fast and those things have no choice but to move fast, I have the choice to kind of slow down, be present, really absorb the feelings that I'm feeling and all of the things in between that. But yeah, thanks so much once again for being part of this journey. I can't wait to see where it takes me in the next vlog, but I'll talk to you then.